big question in the economy, is it time to balance the federal government budget? And now this morning joining us is Sumner LaCroix from the University of Hawaii Economic Research Organization, or UHERO as they call it. Good morning, Sumner, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Mahia.
And the big question, people are wondering about the big budget is, people seem to be saying that the U.S. should start reducing the budget, and that would actually help the economy recover. So that's a growing movement.
There have
right?
been increasing calls by various Democratic and Republican politicians at the federal level to balance the budget. We also saw the International Monetary Fund last week come out and say that the U.S. needs to concentrate more on balancing its budget, that actually could help economic recovery in the United States.
So as a professor of economics, do you think so? Is it going to help balance the budget?
Well, I think we really need to go back and take a look at what happened in the 1930s when after 3 years of economic downturn, we moved ahead to try to balance the budget. We reduced spending, we cut taxes, we moved to balance our budget in 1932, and the United States moved even further, deeper into economic depression. There really is no great reason in the middle of a very weak recovery for us to be taking stimulus away from the economy. I don't think it's a good idea right now.
So what kind of programs should the government implement to help with the economy right now?
Okay, I think what we need to do is basically signal to the markets that we are going to implement more short-term stimulus. We actually need to be doing more short-term spending, but we also need to signal that down the road that we will be moving to a balanced budget. That's a tough one to do. For example, one way to do that is to extend unemployment benefits. When we extend unemployment benefits, we give people who have very little income more money to spend. They tend to spend it immediately. That has a big positive effect on the economy. Now, the good thing is that when they get jobs, that particular spending is phased out automatically. We don't have to worry about Congress cutting out those benefits. As the people get employed, we no longer pay those benefits, and the budget deficit automatically corrects itself. We also need to be focused on a few other things, perhaps extending the retirement age for Social Security retirement. Perhaps we need to be thinking about cutting out some of the corporate welfare that we do. We could be locking some of those things in now and saying that we're going to get rid of those benefits that we pay to people like oil drillers, farmers, export firms. We could be saying that we're going to reduce those benefits in the year 2012, 2013. That would be a very positive signal to markets.
And Sumner, I really trust your economic advice, and I know you've got advice in all areas. And this morning we have a story about an octopus or a parakeet picking the World Cup match today, which is basically Spain versus the Netherlands, and you're making a prediction?
I think on Sunday that we could have a UHERO prediction that Spain is likely to win that World Cup match.
Okay, we're going to hold you accountable.
I'm confident that we'll do better than the octopus or the parakeet.
Okay, all right. I'm going to hold you accountable. Next week, Friday, we're going to have UHERO on again. Sumner LaCroix.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.